What makes a power fantasy? That part is simple. It's a very popular trope to write, a hard one to get right, and an even harder one to get the audience to like. So many times it feels like a shitty self-insert and a very blatant one at that. We've all seen them in isekai anime where the main male character is transported into a different world and he gets a harem full of hot women, everyone is licking his boots, he's getting powerful while doing absolutely nothing. We all know this trope, we've all seen it in many pieces of media, some for better and some for worse. But the bigger question is how to make a power fantasy that gets it right. Solo leveling. That's how you get it right. Jingwoo starts at the very bottom, just like every power fantasy protagonist. He's at the very bottom, he dies, and then he unlocks a new overpowered ability that makes him level up infinitely. Usually, this wouldn't only make him the most powerful character in the show, which he is, but it would also make every character and organization bend to his will. Jingwoo is constantly faced with opposition and skepticism and pressure from the people around him, including the top-level hunters. However, he is also able to gain their respect a little by little. He isn't all-powerful. Jingwoo is constantly getting stronger. We see him fail over and over again. We see him struggle with monsters, with enemies, with other hunters, all of which are keeping more and more eyes on him as he progresses. This pressure only adds to the difficulty of him achieving his goal, which isn't just to get stronger, it's also to help his mother. Him getting stronger is a means to an end, not the end goal of his journey. And that already makes him 100 times more likable than most other power fantasy protagonists out there. The want, the need, the desire to get powerful, to get money, to be popular is something that we've seen over and over again in media like this. Jingwoo goes very against that. His goal is a short-term one. All of his goals are short-term ones. All of them are noble. In addition to this, we see him lose. We see him go up against enemies stronger than him. We see him be nervous going into fights where he's not sure he can win. He doesn't have the overconfidence that so many of protagonists like him have. He's not that type of person. Along with that, he also doesn't have the desire to show off. He hides his powers for as long as he can from as many people as he can because he doesn't want that attention on him. All he uses his powers for is to help his mom, his family, and later on his friends and the rest of the hunters. Though the powers that he gained are also what helps him form all of these connections. And these connections, all of them, they seem genuine, not shallow and just based off of one thing like most power fantasy protagonists in media. These connections are what make solo leveling and Jingwoo so compelling and enjoyable to watch. We root for him in every fight he's in, despite knowing that he has a very good chance of winning. We want him to have friends. We want him to help his mom. We want him to have all of these connections that he forms. We want all of these things for him because he isn't annoying. He doesn't flaunt his power. He is actually pretty damn humble and a good person at his core. And Solo Leveling is by far one of the best power fantasy series in recent years, along with Jingwoo being one of the best power fantasy protagonists in recent years. Hopefully, it can serve as an example of how to do it right. Down below, tell me if there's any other power fantasy media I should check out that you like, that you think is worth it. And remember, don't just consume, think.